Good morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Eng.Med Modern School. So in the previous video we have just seen and we have just started the chapter that was lesson number 2, adaptation in plants and animal. In that we have seen some of the adaptations in animals, and then after we have seen the aquatic animals adaptation like fish, crocodiles and frogs and water birds. Then after we have seen the aquatic plants adaptation, and then after birds which are migratory and else, and then after we have seen the desert animals. See here, once again I am just reading the desert animals adaptation. Desert have extreme of temperature, they can get very hot during the day and very cold at night. They are also very arid or dry. Thus animals that lives in deserts have to adapt to the desert climates. See here, in the previous video we have seen that in the daytime the desert have very high temperature and in the night time the desert have very low temperature. Okay students, next point is animals that live in the desert gets all the water they needed by eating desert plants that are capable of storing water. Animals in the Eng.Med desert where it hardly ever rains lick the dew of the plants early in the morning. Elephants in the Kalahari deserts near the skeleton coast of Africa have also adapted themselves to live on the drops of water on leaves. This is the water condensed from the mist and the fog that blows over the coast. Means in some of the areas that where there is not regular rain and only rarely the rain comes, occasions where the desert animals just drink water in from the drops on the leaves that dew or mist. Okay students, which is concerned on the coastal area. Second one is lizards, scorpion, kangaroo, rats, insects and snakes of the desert burrow into the sand where it is shady and cool. They come out to feed at night when it is cooler and safer. Camel, the most common animal we associated with the desert, is specially adapted desert condition. It has special stomachs like pouches where it can store up to 70 liters of water. It stores fats which gets converted to the energy when the camel cannot find food. Okay students, and now comes to the desert plants. So what are desert plants? See here, in the desert animals we have seen that the desert animals just live on the desert plants because they store water in them. So after eating them they get enough water to their body. Let us see some of the points. See here, the deserts are known for their aridity or dryness, and desert plants have learned to survive through long periods of dryness. Plants grow in deserts are called xerophytes. See here, xerophytes. What are known as the, I am writing that on the board, that point. Plants that grow in desert are called xero. Here see, there is a meaning given. Xero means dry and phytes means plants. Xero means dry and phytes means plants. Okay students, so these are the dry plants. Okay students, and here reading the next point, they are drought resistance and cactus and prickly pear are two typical desert plants. They have very longer roots that go deep into the soil in search of water. Means, see here, cactus and prick pear have very long roots. They go deep into the soil and in search of water. Okay students, this is one of the adaptation of desert plants. Next, they have thick and fleshy stem. They store water in the stem. Their stem is thick and fishy and they store water in the stem. Next, instead of leaves with a large surface area from which they can lose moisture, desert plants have thorns. This reduces loss of water. See here, instead of large leaves with a large surface area from which they can lose moisture, desert plants have thorns. This reduces loss of water. Means, due to this they don't reduce the water. Okay students, next, thorns are also protective as they discourage animals from eating up the plants. It ensures that the species continues. See here, due to thorns the animals also don't eat them. Okay students, next, as the plants have no leaves, the stems of these plants prepare food for the plant. Because these plants have no leaves, so these stems of this plant just prepare food for the plant. Okay students, see your next point. As plants that grow in the arid region other than the desert have also developed various means of survival. Plants in the Mediterranean areas which have dry summers have waxy or leathery leaves as seen in the citrus family, that is orange, lemon, lime, grapefruit and so on. Second is thick bars such as the core oak or long roots such as the grape. See here, some of the plants in the Mediterranean areas, these adaptations are there. I am reading this adaptation again, which have dry summer, waxy or leathery leaves as seen in the citrus family, thick bark such as core oak and long roots such as the grapes. So that long root, why? Because they can go deeper into the soil and in search of water. Okay students, and next, here animals of cold region. We all know some of the animals are of cold region are different. See here, I am reading that animals live in the cold region have adaptation that helps them to survive at low temperature. Means, in the cold region the animals have just adapted some of these conditions in which they can live in the low temperature. As we all know that the people which lives in the cold region, if we tell them that come in the hot region, they can't live for few years, and then after the body adapts some of these conditions and which then after a year they can live over here. Okay students, and if the person is in the hot region and we tell if to live in the cold region, then what happen? They can't live there. They can't live there. They need some of the adaptations of the conditions so that they can just live there. Okay students, next point, animals on high mountains. Animals that lives in very cold regions have bodies covered with thick fur to protect them from the cold. We all know the animals which lives in these regions. Which regions? In the high mountains and very cold region, they have fur. Means, if we say in Gujarati, ruchda, that this some of these fur are there, so they can just suffer the cold over there. Second point is they have a thick layer of fat below the skin for further protection. They have a great layer of fat between the skin, so they don't just feel the cold. Next is animals that live on the high mountains are sure footed. They jump from one rock to another without sleeping. The animals which lives in the mountain, they have inbuilt just grip in their legs, so that when they just jump from one rock to another rock, their leg don't slip. Okay students, the next is the llama, vacuna and alpaca in South America, the mountain goats of the Himalayas and chiru antelope of Tibet and the chamois antelope of the Alps are all sure footed animals. The yak is the best of burden in Tibet. It provides milk and meat for protection in the Himalayan cold. The yak has thick, long, hairy cow and buffaloes cannot survive such cold. The chiru and the pashmina goat of Kashmir have wool that is soft and warm. These animals have adapted themselves to cold on the mountains. Okay students, and going towards the next point, see here, animals in the taiga tundra region. This region, see here, in the taiga and tundra region, most animals have white fur that merge with the snowy background, nature's protection, so that they are not easily spotted. So the snowy owl of the polar region have white feather that helps camouflage in the daytime. During summer, when the sun never sets, it has to hunt for food in the daytime. The white color makes it unnoticeable against the snow. Its leg and claw are also covered with white feather. See here, in the polar region, they just match the colors of the snow. Their body is white, so that the other animal cannot spot them. The Arctic or silver fox, Arctic hare and polar bear are some of the other animals with thick fur. So they also have the fur in their body, so that in the polar region they don't get the cold. Okay students, the reindeer has thick fur and a layer of fat beneath it. It also has flat hooves that enables it to walk on the snow, and eyes and digs for moss. The caribous and moose of North America are similar to the reindeer. The musk ox has super soft, extra warm underfur that keeps it warm in Atlantic Canada. See here, there are some of the adaptation in that you don't need explanation. These are the adaptation and specific features that which lives in the cold region. Okay students, then so I am just reading that. If I am just explaining some of the points which is to be needed. See here, in the plants of mountainous region and taiga region, plants that grow in these two regions have adapted themselves to heavy snowfall and strong wind. See here, there is a picture of the tree. This is the tree where there is lots of rain, lots of winds. These tree don't get fallen down. They have just adapted some of these region. See here, I am reading it again. Plants that grow in these two regions have adapted themselves to heavy strong winds and snowfalls. These trees that grow here are pine, fir, deodar, larch, redwood and spruce. The plants grow straight and tall with short sloping branch, so that the snow sides of the branches. These also have needle shaped leaves. They are evergreen trees and are called conifers because they bear cones. Okay students, see, these are the adaptation of the plants of the mountain region and taiga region. And now going plant other technique for survival. Plant other technique for survival. Let us read that. Plants that grow in the windy regions such as grassland are flat topped and umbrella shaped so that they can expose very little of themselves area to the wind. This is a way to survive the windy conditions. See here, flat topped trees. These trees can be seen in the very windy region so that the wind can easily pass from that and don't harm to the tree. Nature ensures that all living things are adapted to their environment. Flowers that blooms during daytime are brighter color to attract bees, butterflies and flowers that helps pollination. Flowers that blooms at nights are white so that they can be seen in the dark and strong scented so that they can attract moths. Moths helps in pollination and fertilization. In the absence of fertilization, the species who died out, some butterflies look ferocious to frighten away birds that comes on eat them. The ostrich kicks is so powerful that it can kill a lion. These are some of the adaptation by animals. Okay students, these are the adaptation of animals, and here we have just completed the chapter. In this chapter nothing is to be explained. Why? Because there are some of the adaptations. If I say that this cold, I have just tell that this animal, sorry, the human being which lives in the cold region, they cannot survive over here in the hot region. Why? Because they have just adapted some of the features and some of these weather condition from that area. If they come over here, then up to 1 year or 1.5 year they cannot survive here properly. Okay, so then after the body just adapt some of these weather conditions and then they can live, but in few days they cannot live, as there are some of the adaptation which are of desert plants, desert animals and windy areas in the polar regions, some of the adaptation of the different types of the animals. Okay students, so this is that, and now you just have to write new words which are written in the page number 59 in your fair book. Okay students, and I am just giving the answers of this. Match the following, choose the correct and fill in the blanks and true or false. So please note down that answers. See here, first of all, question 1, that is match the following, match the following. So in that, just talking one by one. See here, in the first A, that is cactus. So cactus are seen in the desert. So the answer is in A, desert. Okay students, the answer is desert. The another one, that is snowy owl, that is seen in the polar region. So B is polar region. Polar regions. And here comes mountain regions. So in mountain regions, what is there students? That is coniferous trees. Trees. See, now coming to the D, that is windy place. in windy place we have just seen before that are flat topped trees. In the windy places there are flat topped trees. Okay students, and in the last one, that is that is ostrich. So they have powerful kick, they can just kick the lion also. Powerful kick. So this is answers of the match the following, and this side I am writing the answers of question 2, that is MCQ. Okay students, I am writing that answers. A frog uses it dash to breathe under water, moist skin. In that comes the moist skin. In the A, that is 3, moist skin. Okay students, now going towards B, dash have hollow bones, that are birds have hollow bones, that is first birds. Okay students, going towards next, that is Xerophytia have dash roots, they have long roots, they can go deep into the soil in search of water, we have just seen before. C comes one long, and going towards D, the yak is the best of the burden is dash in the Tibet areas. Which areas? In the Tibet areas. Tibet. Going towards next, that is E, fir, pin and deodar grows in the mountain regions. They grows in mountain regions. E, two mountains. Mountainous region. Okay students, so have you write down the answers of these match the following, and I am writing here the answers of fill in the blanks. See here, going towards the fill in the blanks, question number 3. Question number 3, fill in the blanks. I am writing short in FB. So, in that comes the A. So, in A, reading that birds have a dash shaped body and dash bones. So, birds have boat shaped body and hollow bones. Okay students, this is the answer of first. And going towards next, that is dash and dash are desert animals. So, in this we can write camel and lizards. Camels and lizards are the desert animals. See here, camels have a special dash in which they can store up to 70 liters of water. Stomach like pouches. In C comes stomach like pouches. Okay students, and going towards D, that is the reindeer have dash to enable them to walk on the snow and ice, that is flat hose. D comes flat hose. And going towards E, flowers that blooms during the day are bright dash, and those that bloom at night are dash. See here in the first, flowers that bloom during the day are bright colored, and the another one is, and those that blooms at night are white. Okay students, that are white. Please write down the answers with me. And going towards the MCQ, rubbing the MCQ and going towards the true or false. See here, say true or false. Question number 4. Question number 4, that is true or false. I am writing that. See here, the first one, that is leaves of aquatic plants have a waxy surface. Yes, they have a waxy surface. In A, it comes true. And going towards B, lizards and kangaroo rats lives in desert field during the daytime. No, they just come out at the night time only. So it will be false. And C, cactus has short roots. No, cactus has long roots. They go deep into the soil in the search of water. So C is also false. And going towards D, that is the snowy owl in polar regions has white feathers so that it can be seen at night. No, this is also wrong. So it will be false. And trees in the windy regions are flat topped. Yes, they are flat topped. So in the E comes true. Okay students, please write down these answers. We have just finished this chapter and the exercise. Okay students, we have just finished this, and in the next video or next lecture we will start with the new chapter. Okay students, up till then stay safe, stay home. Okay, bye students.